let's put a bowl right here and plate up. First bowl is for the wife, so bowl a couple crumbs in there for some toast. Give me a second here. I'm gonna wash said cup right here. One protein shake cup for myself. I've been looking everywhere in here. I know I brought up 2 cups. I remember making the second cup as a protein shake for the wife. So that's already been taken to her and used up. So I'm looking for the second of 2 cups. That's not there, but here it is. I'm also going to use, I want to make sure I do this exact. We each have to get a cup of the soup broth right away, because not that there's an overload of onions, but this is the way we're doing it, okay? So first thing you want to do, grab 2 bowls, okay? And that's a little bit of plant-based basil there on the spoon. I used a spoon too. So you can see there, that soup looks really nice. I was taking a peek at the onions. I hope they're cooked down enough. I'm gonna try this here. Let me take a bite, because my wife, she's a complainer, so let me get this in me first. You know what? It's probably the best batch of onion soup I've ever made. The onions are kind of, I don't want to say crunchy, but there's a little bit of al dente to them. Al dente? Al dente? I forget how you pronounce it, and who cares really? Stuck up snobs. Whenever I'm not correcting somebody, there's certain words people are really mispronouncing. I'm just trying not to make you look stupid. That's all. I actually care about you. I'll let so many people say whatever they want. Plus, I won't really correct somebody if they're, for instance, the word pecan or pecan. I don't care how you say it. I just love saying the word pecan when people say pecan, because it's so stuck up. Seriously, think about it. Pecans. Would you care for some pecans, sir? Like they have to be, like, pecan eaters are better than peanut eaters, right? Well, and why am I only ripping these toasts into these pieces? Because that's how she's done. Now you're gonna grab you want to have it so it's kind of like pull apart and stuff like that. Now you get this nice layer. And I do it 2 ways. I'm gonna actually melt a little bit into the top and over the top. You can also put this under the broiler for 50 seconds. You don't need to do that. You can put this in the microwave if you're not allowed to use the oven, and like the big boy oven. I don't know when I was allowed to use that, but I should not have been allowed to use that for a few more years, just simply due to the fact that it's a big boy oven. That is for like people that understand and can afford to buy a new house if you screw up with the big boy oven, eh? So that thing is dangerous on so many levels. Lots of electricity runs to it, and it's very dangerous. Did I mention that part? You should never cook past, 400, 420, something like that is a fair temperature. Nothing over that. We use this aged coconut cheddar here and just really ball her out onto it. Get a bit more over there onto this one. And that's going to be her. Lentil soup is next to it. I had a few spoonfuls of it. It's for tonight. I'll have some lentil soup tonight. And y'all know what that means, right? We'll definitely be doing some sleep streams coming soon. I haven't slept yet. I am tired, but I have some other stuff I want to get. I have to finish up, so that's how she goes. We're going to put a little bit of soup across the top of this, so as to, not too much though, as you see, it's quite, we've almost reached our limit. My mouth is salivating. But we will take a little bit, and obviously just plow it right there, and right there. Put those onions right on top. And this will give the soup a chance to marry and meld together. About 3 to 5 minutes. You can just bite into it. You could bite into it right now, but I highly suggest a couple-minute wait. And it's that easy, folks. To have a nice, this is not cheap. To have something like this right now at a restaurant, 15-20 bucks. They force you to get a $3 or $4 drink that costs you like 60 cents at home. I'm telling you, I'm gonna pop and drop. I'm gonna wash this cup here, give my wife a glass of almond drink, and that's that. Soup in a soup, toast inside the soup, and a glass of almond drink. You've had a protein shake and your vitamins and your protein shake already today, so you're doing great. Tonight we'll have a smoothie with blueberries and some almond drink and some peppermint tea with protein powder and some other accompaniments, along with some wild organic blueberries. Okay, so we'll get the protein. We'll get the unsweetened almond drink into the cup here. It's very important to have this. It has a lot of vitamin B12 in it. So this is about 55% of your vitamin B12 in a single glass. Now, these soups are ready just to be absolutely munched and crunched. There's some orange juice left as well, but we'll have that with the lentil soup for dinner. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll go take this to my beautiful, and we will see you next time. Also, if you have any questions, make sure to become a channel member so I can answer your questions. Channel members will have all their questions answered. If you're simply a friend of the channel, make sure you subscribe, leave a bunch of comments on the videos, and you may also get your questions answered. But you have to become a friend of the channel. 50 comments in 50 days or less, and then I'll consider you a friend of the channel. I know you're not just a slick bum looking for a handout, you know what I'm saying? I'll see you next time. Some of you won't get what I mean, but Ice Poseidon used to call them leeches for a reason. You know what they are, right? Apparently I don't do enough stairs in a day, so here I am, I don't know, my 8th or 9th trip up and down these things. I start at early in the morning too. So we're looking at 18 reps up or down. Make that 19. All right. So I'll have some breakfast here. At least this bowl of soup, and then later I'll have some lentil. It's 2 o'clock. I got a headache, so I'm just gonna go relax. I don't know how many videos I made today, but it's a bunch. Same with yesterday too. I've been actually picking up my game and working on a few other channels now as well. So maybe in the future you guys will see some of my other content out there that I haven't been shouting out. Wow. By far the best French onion soup I've ever made. Bold flavors. Best way to describe it. Oniony, hearty, warm and welcoming. Wow. The broth is, I'll be honest with you, the broth takes the longest time. And if you really work it right, man, she's tasty. The onions are nice and terpy. There's still some of the flavonoids and terps that were not cooked off, so it's a beautiful thing. I would add herbs to this next time. There is something in here, I don't know. Not a lot. I'd have to look and see which one it is. Very, very good. Very, very delicious tasting. You can't get food like this at a lot of places in Canada. I'm not bragging, I'm actually disappointed. It's quite sad. You know, the skill it takes to make this very low. In my opinion, a medium skill. Yet you rarely see something like this on the menu. And it just blows away. People are always slurping and they're so happy halfway through a big bowl of French onion soup. My mom used to make this for me when I was a kid. I used to burn my mouth on it all the time, crying. Burning mouth, crying. Like, but my mouth would be bubbling up inside my mouth. Bless my mother. I'm just not sure how she thought giving a scalding hot 550 degree, you know, one of those things with the handle on them, and you pull it, you take it out of the oven. We had those things, and I used to cook. Actually used to make French onion soup in those exact things when I met my wife a long time ago. I've been cooking for so long. Also, the accident really messed me up. I forgot everything, almost all my recipes, so finding my recipes again has been not traumatic, but it's been like a walk through the past type of thing. I remember burning my mouth a lot on this soup though. Like, we'd have this once a month, maybe twice a month in the winter. Like, maybe 4 times or 6 times a year I'd have this soup. Man, it was so good. I just loved it. I started making this myself when I was like maybe 16, 17. It was never really that good. A couple of times. You know, I kind of gave myself a pat on the back. It was a decent meal. Nothing like this though. When my mom makes it, she likes to cook it underneath in the oven, underneath the broiler. It totally adds, you know, to it. I don't have any of those ramekins up here, but I think we got rid of them actually. But no, there's 1 or 2 in the basement there. I'll never use them in the oven. No, they're. Oh, excuse me. This soup is so good. just finish that off. You have to go poop, Diggs? What are you doing? Hey? My cat and my wife always start singing before they go poop, you know? Belt out a few F minors, you know? R flats. Yo, Tiggs, come here, buddy. I like to sing before I go into battle. I like to sing. Hey. Whoa. What's going on, homie? So this is the cat. Everyone thinks I'm always kicking him or pushing onto him. He just meows. And nobody thinks that anymore, but I just say that. But yeah, it blows me away how much he meows, right? Technically, some people would, it's okay to assume that, something's going on with the cat. He sounds like he's crying for help, but he's not. He's just talking, Last night he did this. I can't do it, but last night he did the sickest, most sickly meow. Like, basically, I don't even know what's wrong with this cat, man. I really don't. He may want to cuddle as well. Very good. I'm just going to drink this. The onions are kind of peppery, Got nice big chunks of onion in there, and it's kind of like crunch like celery. Quite interesting. Normally I'd cook this at like 10 or 15 minutes long. I was starving. Like, it's 2 p.m. and I needed to eat, so the onions could have been wilted like another 5 or 10 minutes on high. But they went in for 30 minutes. Normally I chop the onion up right when I put the broth on. Man, this broth is so tasty. That's how you have 2 big bowls of soup. My wife's bowl probably ended at about, this level. Mine is like, and remember, it gets way wider. It's probably like 3.5 of her bowls of soup. But I only had 2 toasts and the rest was just onion soup broth, so a little bit high in sodium. I mean, let me tell you exactly how. It's not high in sodium. Let me rephrase that. 680 milligrams for a quarter of the pack. So we used 1,400 milligrams for the whole pack of soup. My wife had, no, that's not right. 2,800, just shy of 2,300, divided by 2. Actually, let's say my wife had a quarter of the pack. So 680, and then I had the other 3 bowls, right? So my wife had 30% of her available sodium so far today, just with the soup. There's a little bit of salt in the cheese as well. I don't know how much. A tiny bit. So 30%. So she can have 70% more sodium today. So for her, she did not exceed any level of anything. There's probably about 2, 3, 4 grams of fiber. I don't know how much is in onions, but it says here this soup pack per quarter package has 1 gram of fiber, 1 gram of protein, and 2 grams of sugar. So now you know. Oof, I'll see you next time. Peace. Peace.